Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Can you hear me okay? Please leave in a comment. Today we have a guest, Mr. Tony. So if you guys can hear me okay, please leave the comment so I can see. Okay, video and sound is good. So I have Mr. Tony here waiting for me. So let's get him in. Morning there.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, T. Good morning, everyone in the house.
How are you guys doing?
All good. Drinking champagne coffee.
Chumpon coffee. Yeah, I had one this morning as well, so it's pretty good. So yeah, it's a good morning. Good second live stream. So I kind of want to do it again because the first one wasn't that good. The first one was a disaster because we had the camera angle like the other way around. So and there was no way for me to fix that. So I mean, like I had to just let it go. So but I'm not gonna delete it. I'm just gonna keep like that because I kind of want to see my live stream progress. Like. But anyway, so today we're gonna have a casual talk, right? A casual talk, just general topics like or the topics that the people in the comment brought up. I think it's the from Tommy J, right? Tony.
Yeah. Tommy's first question. It's the only question at the moment. We'll just keep progressing for it anyway.
Okay, good. So, but before I get to Tommy's question, I'm gonna ask you a few things, about yourself and your experience, and maybe after answering Tommy's question, you can maybe give us some like feedbacks and your experience and your suggestions to those who want to come and retire in Thailand. So please, Mr. Tony, could you tell me, could you tell us about your experience and how did you come to Thailand, briefly?
Briefly, came to Thailand for a holiday in 1999 with one of my friends, backpacked around southern Thailand, well, Bangkok, then down to southern Thailand, and came in year 2000 as well, liked it and various holidays. And then when I got an opportunity to get away from work early, we moved. We sold everything and turned up at Koh Tao in the Gulf of Thailand with 2 dive backpacks, and that was it. And the rest is history.
Did you know at the time that Thailand was the place for you?
Yeah, like, when we sold everything up, we knew we wanted to relocate to Thailand. So we started off on Koh Tao, where we had a lot of friends anyway, diving fraternity, and a lot of expats there. So we moved and rented there for 5 years. So it was quite easy, to be honest.
Koh Tao, what do you think about Koh Tao?
Beautiful island, some lovely people there. I know it's got a little bit of a bad press, but a lot of places in the world have got a lot of bad press. It's it's where you pitch it, isn't it? Really, it's maybe one particular place, but I've only got fond memories on Koh Tao, and I always felt safe on Koh Tao, as did my wife Lisa.
Good. Yeah, Koh Tao has been receiving a little bit of a bad reputation in terms of like what's it called? I don't want to get into the details about that, but like bad reputation. Yeah, but
sorry, go on.
But it's difficult to say. I mean, like still people are still coming, like to Koh Tao, but just stay in a safe area, just don't go to the like darker area where it's like nobody there. So when something happens, nobody could save you. So I mean, like it's best to like stay in the bright area or crowded area so that people can see you. That's my suggestion when you go to Koh Tao, because like when just a lot of business, a lot of businesses and a lot of people who sometimes they lose the what's it called, like the income and everything, and they trying to take advantage of foreigners. So I mean, like, you know the deal. But anyway, so what's your transition from Koh Tao to Phang Nga? Why did you choose Phang Nga?
Phang Nga chose us, to be honest with you. We was on a road trip. We was in Chiang Mai and Pai on a motorcycle road trip, and my friend was building in Phuket. So he said, why don't you come down? So we rode all the way back down, bypass Chumpong, so that's where we get the night ferry over the Koh Tao, down to Phuket, watched him come out of the ground. And then he said he was, his wife, Mint, she's Thai, and they were coming to visit her parents who live in Tam Nam Phut. She's got a rubber farm now, and they said, do you want to come? So we did, and we stayed at the farm. And we fell in love with the place, to be honest with you. It's our place chooses you, and we really liked it. Like in your last video, T, you said, like, is Phang Nga like, is it forgotten province? And I truly believe it is. I mean, you've got Khao Lak and Phang Nga Bay, which is claim to fame as such. But there's so much more the province can offer because it, as you know, it spans Suratani, Krabi, and on the borders of the gateway to Phuket. It's a fantastic province. It's got everything you need, as you said in your last video. And so yeah, we then over a couple of beers one night, once they'd built their place, they said, so you're going to make the move? And we'd already thought about leaving Koh Tao. I mean, Koh Tao's a lovely place, as I say. I think we outgrew it because it's an island. Every time you want to get off the island, it's a boat, a ferry, or Lampraya, catamaran to do your before. Do your 90-day reporting, and you do your visa. There wasn't a hospital on the island, so I was part of rescue for 2 years on Koh Tao. And I had a motocross accident there and ended up in Samui with concussion. And that's when my wife Lisa said, we really need to think about where we're living. And so that was really like the turning point for us. So I say we was outgrowing it, not the people, we still got good friends there. And we will go back there and visit to do some more diving when we have family come over. And so we came to Phang Nga with our friends, Mint and Tony, of the same name, and the land where we built our place. So that was pretty much the transgression over from Koh Tao to Phang Nga.
Yeah, your place. I mean, like the last time I visited you, it was tough because I had to like keep looking at the GPS because really is Tony living inside this area because the way that GPS was showing me was like deep in the jungle. There's no way Tony gonna live in this area because it's very like a foresty area, and the roads a little bit narrow too, so it's difficult to go inside. Man, you chose the the good spot, but anyway, it's still deep in the jungle. But
yeah, that's why we love it. It's quiet.
But you still got a little community there too, right? The Thai community in that area.
Yeah. I mean, my neighbour's Thai. They're Thai, and two people at the end of the little dirt track road that we live on, they're Thai. But all Tam Nam Phut's all Thai. There's not many foreigners, phalangs in Phang Nga town. And the beauty is, it's, as you know, it's like, I don't know, 3-5 minutes away from the town, so you can get pretty much everything in the town if you want to dip into the town. 40 minutes from the gateway in Phuket, so if you fancy a bit of nightlife, or Khao Lak, we go away for birthdays and anniversaries down there. So it's it's not far from anywhere. We're 50 minutes from Khao Lak, an hour and a half from Ao Nang, Krabi, and so it's pretty central for most things for us. Can only speak for us.
Oh, Ao Nang is in Krabi, right? Ao Nang is in Krabi. How far is it? Like 40 kilometers?
Oh no, it's a bit further than that. It's an hour 30, 1 hour 30 from us.
Oh, okay. because the last time when the boys went on a road trip, they took the Ranong and Phang Nga route, right? For me, I think it's easier to go to Phang Nga by taking Chumphon Surat Thani and then what's it called, like the headwater route. But in your opinion, which way is the best for visitors if they wish to go to Phang Nga?
I mean, depends when you're coming. I mean, because the Chumphon Surat Thani route is fine. It's on the opposite coast from Ranong, and that's a great ride from Ranong down to Khao Lak as such, from there and then across to Phang Nga. It depends on how much time you got, where you're coming from. For me, I would say do both routes because they're both great. I mean, it's good riding down here in the south. Good riding.
Yeah, so if you happen to go to Phang Nga or down south, but right now, like the road from Chumphon to Surat Thani is under construction, so it's in a bad condition right now. So it's bumpy and a lot of holes. So if you want to go to Phang Nga or to the south, I suggest you take the Ranong route, unless you have a four-wheeler, then it's fine. But if you have like a regular car, that's not gonna happen. You're gonna get tired driving down there. So I suggest you taking Ranong route. I think it's better. It may take a longer time, but I'm sure you can enjoy the ride slow, and you can enjoy the drive. But Surat Thani and Sowi and Chumphon, that area, it's damaging. It's not very pleasant right now.
Yeah, see, I mean, to be fair, that the Thai government are improving the infrastructure on the roads and the drainage of the road everywhere in Thailand. So, which is good. It's good, but you got to choose the easiest route for what you're all comfortable with.
And the route from Surat Thani to Phang Nga, it's under construction as well too, because I think it's for the better. They're gonna build a new bridge. I think. I don't know what's that area called, but they're building a new road right now, the new bridge, which is good, because Phang Nga, it has potential, and it always has been, to welcome the foreigners, to welcome the visitors, and it should have all the good infrastructures and roads and everything. So I think it's gonna be good. I mean, like in maybe 5 years time, Phang Nga will be like booming, like with all the tourists. New roads, new everything, and I think I said in my I haven't posted yet, but I said in my third video about Phang Nga, like even Dia's family is surprised by the how clean Phang Nga was, the roads and everything, like the trash cans, everything. They have trash cans in front of every houses, like in Phang Nga. So they were impressed by that. Like in Chumphon, not many trash cans. We have to buy our own trash cans. But I think in Phang Nga I think they are provided by the district. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah, it is. We've got a trash can, big blue tubs as such, just at the bottom of the little there. I think they come twice a week. And it's 300, and I'll go down to one of the government offices and I pay it. It's 360 baht for the year, which is super cheap.
Okay. Yeah. If you guys go to Phang Nga, you're gonna see a lot of trash cans in front of their house. So it's awesome. I don't see that a lot in Chumphon. I mean, like I talked to Dia's family about the Tesaban means municipality office in Phang Nga. It's very what's it called, like very disciplined, very what's it called, very disciplined. They want to work. So that's good. So I mean, like the roads, everything clean, very very clean.
Yeah, it's a beautiful town. It is. Lots of spaces, and there's more and more. There's hostels. There's low budget, mid budget, high budget places to stay. I mean, when I say high budget, I mean obviously because of the situation that's happened worldwide, a lot of them have shut down, and as it increases, I think come this year, it should hopefully encourage more visitors to come, and then they can slowly get their resorts back up and running. And so there'll be places to stay, but there's quite a few places to stay in Panga.
Yeah, very, very beautiful area. Like the Khao Lak, it's more like the touristy area. But when I went there, it's quieter than the normal time, I think. But
Yeah.
still, you could still see foreigners um, around, like in the area. But
Yeah, there's
a lot of Europeans.
yeah, last time we went down, there was more. I mean, we go there quite a lot. And one point, like most places in Thailand, it was just decimated, and there was nobody there. All the business was shut down. The last time we went in, a lot more foreigners now there on holiday, and there's a lot more shops open, which is great to see, to be honest with you. And yeah, it's good to see. So it's slowly coming back, and which will give the businesses in Khao Lak and indeed, most seaside resorts an opportunity to try and clamber back and fill up their bank accounts. Hopefully, get back to 2 years of not earning anything.
I think Mr. Mitch is on his way to Panga, but I want to tell Mr. Mitch very quick, Tony. So if you're on your way to Panga, Mitch, you should take Ranong route. I think it's better because if you go to past Chumpon and to Surat Thani and then Panga, you're gonna suffer greatly. So I suggest you take the Ranong route. Tell James that, unless he wants to suffer a little bit, it's not a good road. And that's one that's one of the things I want to talk about. Well, at least one of the things I don't understand about Thailand is the road. Why we always have road constructions always. But we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. A little bit. Yeah. So about Khao Lak, it's a good area for tourists, and the tourists starting to come now. So if you haven't booked the ticket, so you should book your ticket and come to Thailand. Things are starting to kick up a little bit, and the businesses are starting to open. So yeah, everything's looking good. I can tell you that, and the roads are awesome. Like in Karak area, it's awesome, smooth and everything. So yeah, very good. I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed it. A lot of Europeans, Russians, a lot of German, a lot of Europeans. Very good.
Yeah. So maybe we should go back to the very first question that we've got at the moment, Tommy J. So maybe go back to
Tommy J. Yeah. Let's go to that question. So Tommy J said, what are some things that we need to keep in mind, right? Foreigners need to keep in mind when they come to Thailand, or they happen to do something disrespectful to Thai people. What do you think, Tony? Your idea? What do you think? For because you've been here for a long time, can you guess? Yeah.
The most important thing for me, I think, is when people visit the kingdom, they need to check up on the culture a little bit more and respect Thai culture. They may not think it applies to them, and they may not think they have to worry about respecting Thai culture. But for me, it's the biggest thing. Thai culture, respect it. Going in the temples, ladies covering up their shoulders. I've been in temples before, and women have gone in with their, with a singlet, a vest on, and you can get the cover-ups when you go in if you haven't got one. And I've said you should cover them up, and they talk to me as like, mind your own business. And I'm like, Thai culture, you should respect it when you go in there. It's a big thing. It's a big thing, and it's just that's like an example. But it's the Thai culture really, and respecting it, and being not being the nice person, being the responsible person, really.
Yeah. In my opinion, I think well, at least this is how we do anyway. So when you come to Thailand, first thing you have to about the shoes, like take the shoes off before you enter the people's homes, because in Western culture you just wear your shoes right inside a house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing, because it's dirty, right? Thai people think it's dirty, so we don't want the dirt or whatever that you stepped outside and bring it inside. So that's one thing. It's the shoes, the shoes. The
Yeah.
second thing, well, these are the things that we find, well, not 100% disrespectful. It's just uneasy, make Thai people feel uneasy a little bit.
Right.
So the shoes, and maybe about the pointing. Do you know the pointing? Like
Well,
sometimes
with the
fingers, or sometimes your toes. You point something with your toes, or you use your toes or your feet to open something.
all right, interesting.
Have,
I
have
know.
you have, have you experienced that?
No, I haven't. I mean, I know you shouldn't raise your feet higher than like like a guy's head because
Yeah,
obviously
yeah,
guys see the feet like dirty as such. If I'm
yeah.
wrong, then
Mhm.
and
Because I know a lot of foreigners who have Thai wives, and their kids are mixed. And I mean, sometimes like the mother teaches the kids about Thai culture, but sometimes they just don't absorb the Thai culture. They're still using their feet to open the door. Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
use the feet up and open the door. That's, to me it's okay, because I'm a young generation. So to me, I understand. But do I like it? No. Do you know what I mean? I understand, but I don't like it. Um,
that's a okay. I never knew that opening door with your foot. Not that I do it because I have a pair of hands.
mhm,
But yeah, good tip actually. That's good knowing that.
mhm. And what else? There are many things, like small things that can be disrespectful. The why, right? The why. Sometimes. I mean, if you've been to Thailand long enough, then you probably know that already. Like the why, it's to respect the older people who are older than you. But for you, you don't have to why it. For you, like Tony, you don't have to why me, right? But because I'm younger than you, but it's good that you do. It's good, because that shows you that you know the Thai culture. But in Thai culture, we don't really why the younger people.
Oh,
You let the younger people do it to you.
yeah,
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 something like that. So because it's a good way to teach the kids, the Thai kids, to be respectful to the elders, which
yeah.
we are experiencing some transition. Like the kids these days in Thailand, they don't really why. We have to tell them to do that right now. So I mean, it's changing sometimes.
Yeah, it's all changing. And another thing I
Oh,
thought about
yeah, yeah.
when you've eaten and you use a toothpick, yeah,
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. That's right, that's right. Toothpick. So you have to comb your mouth. Yes, yes.
not
But some people,
like
they
when
don't know. They just open them out and go like that.
yeah,
Yeah,
cover your mouth when you're using a toothpick. Is
yeah.
that right? Is that the right thing to do?
Yeah, that's one thing too. And about the what's it called? Go to the toilet. If you ask people permission to go to the toilet, usually if you go to Thai people's homes, or with somebody, um, it's good to let them know. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Okay, if you just walk up and leave, well, I guess you do. I mean, it depends on the people. But to me, let them know. Okay, excuse me, I'm gonna go to the toilet very quick. Like just to tell them. But in Western culture, you don't have to tell, right? It's your business to do something, right? Like
Yeah,
even in schools, the children are taught to ask the teacher permission to go to the toilet
yeah.
always. So that they're used to that. They're used to that. So everywhere they go, they do that. Excuse me, can I go to the toilet? It just like it's the matter of respecting the other people who travel with you, or allowing you to enter their homes. if you just decide to walk off and use the facilities without asking for permission, it's disrespectful. So that's one thing. When I went to your house, Tony, could I use the toilet? It's just permission instead of just walking into your toilet or entering your whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, you probably don't care, right? I can walk in the toilet. You're fine. I know you're fine, but to me, I have to do it. Yeah, so it's better to do it.
No, buddy. I understand that.
Yeah.
9 in the house, and maybe just say a quick hello to those that are joined on the live stream.
We have a lot of people. Chuck just entered the chat. Actually, Chuck is traveling from Phetchaburi to Chumphon now. I'm gonna meet him later. This afternoon, I think. I don't know what time he's gonna arrive.
I'm sure he'll let you know.
Brock's travels. I do a Y for the older people in our village when I see them for the first time in the day. It's great to see their eyes light up when you do it. Yeah, me too. But if you see older Thai people don't do the Y back to you, then it's disrespectful as well. So if they do this, and you have to do it back, because if you do this and the other person just smile, it's just not good. It's just a little bit rude. So you guys know that, if the person doesn't do that back to you, it's a little bit rude, or at least nod their head, not a little bit. That's better than just smile. So yeah.
How should we react to that, T? If we Y somebody,
if you Y and they don't respond back,
yeah, what should we react to it? Obviously not to cause an issue, but
just leave it. That's the best way to do it. Just leave it. Maybe they don't really maybe they acknowledge it already. It's just best for you to do it, just to be just to show respect. If they don't do it, it's up to them, but usually for me, if I Y somebody, older Thai people, and they don't Y back, next time I don't do don't copy me. It's a bad habit. It's a bad attitude. So don't do it. Because when I Y somebody, I expect them to Y back, so to be respectful back. So but yeah.
I don't have a problem with that at all. I mean, the people that I Y, I always get a Y back from them and stuff. So I've not really experienced that, to be honest.
Chuck said, "Hello, everybody. Driving on the road, listening to the awesome live stream. Where are you now, Chuck? Cham or Hua Hin or what? Where?" Good morning, stuck in Florida.
Yeah, we've got a question for time to get going. He's got a question for you there, T.
Why? I'm older than Jai's brothers, but they'll still respect me to say P, and their name Jai is the baby. I'm older than Jai's brother, so but they still respect me. That's another thing about P. P means brother or sister, right? It doesn't. It's unisex. Oh, but not unisex. It can be used for both males and females. P is the way to respect somebody as well. If you don't know the person's age, you could call them P, unless you know their age. So you can say P or no. But usually P is to respect somebody, to praise somebody.
And that's for male and female, is it?
Yeah, it's for both male and females. P doesn't have the sex, the gender.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Unless you know them.
Yeah, unless you know them, then you don't have to call P. We are driving now for close to Hua Hin. Also, okay, so you're close to Hua Hin now. So that should be about 2 more hours. Okay. So, Tony, I have one more question just to throw at you. What's the hardest thing you find about Thai culture? The hardest thing to learn? Is it quiet? My the sound?
No, the audio's okay, mate. The hardest thing
Mm-hmm.
for me, as a Westerner, you've got to find the patience to things, you know, like we always say, it happens on Thai time, which isn't, some people don't like it, but it's finding the patience to wait. And I think living in Thailand long term teaches you that, because, you know, if you've got 3 or 4 things to do in a day, you know, go get my car retaxed or blah, 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 and you want to go to pay a bill here and do this. For me, it's like, just choose one thing and take one day to do that, because sometimes things will back up. They don't always happen when you want it to. So it's getting patient for yourself to just let things go and just let them happen. When a lot of Westerners come over, they, you know, they're like, they want it done there and then, and it's not like that in Thailand. And I think it's a great thing, because if you're retiring or you're coming on holiday and you want to relax, obviously, you won't relax if you expect everything yesterday. You know, it teaches you to be patient, and it's a good thing. And that's another thing I love about it. You know, but that's for me is it teaches you patience, because things don't always happen when you want them to. Generally in life, anyway, really. But you know, I think it's good because it will happen. You know, I've had a couple of instances when I've been in immigration before, and Westerners have lost it because something's not right, and you know, they've gone off a bit, i.e., like losing face a little bit. And I'm sitting there thinking, you ain't going to get things done if you talk like that, for sure, whether you're right or wrong, right? You know, you're just not going to get it done. You know, the best thing to do is take a shower, take a breath, and like, okay, so what do I need to do? Can you help me? Chewy do I? You know, can you help me? What do I need to do? And you know, everywhere I've been and experienced, the Thai people will always help you if they can. Always help you. But again, answer to your question, say, creating patience for yourself, because Thailand's a beautiful place and enjoy it.
Okay, Tony, that's a question for you. Tony, do I remember? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I volunteered as rescue on Koh Tao for 2 years, and also in Panga when I first come for 2 years. The unit that I was here with closed down. I don't know why. Not my business, so I didn't really ask for answers because it's none of my business. And yeah, so it was a volunteer for like 4 years pretty much, which was I'm an EMT intermediate, and I just really volunteered to help like road traffic accidents, taking people to the hospital, taking people to the emergency rooms, treating them like first person on the scene, stabilising them as best I can with my training. With not just me, with obviously other members of the ambulance. There was normally 2 or 3 of us in an ambulance. Pretty much that really, stabilising, getting to the emergency room as soon as I can. As soon as we can. I drove the ambulance for a bit as well, which is good. Good. Well, I say good fun. It's not. I don't mean it's good fun by picking people up off the road, but it was great for me to give back to Thailand. And whether a new one will open up here in Panga, I don't know, but we'll wait and see. But yeah, so time to get going. There's your answer. Does that answer your time to get going? Andy Stubbs is in.
I hate it when I see a Farang getting upset at Thais because the Thais don't understand them. Oh yeah, that's a good topic. Actually, one of my students. Well, yeah, one of my students. He doesn't have the YouTube, but he asked me to ask you guys. So if a Thai who doesn't speak a lot of English, maybe a little bit, but he wants to like talk to you guys and become friends with you guys. What are some suggestions he can take, from you guys? Do you have any suggestions for him?
How to communicate?
Yeah, how to communicate, how to understand Western culture better. What's the start? What should he do first?
That's a question. How to start? I mean, the first thing, it most probably be Google Translate, so you can get an idea. And for me, Google Translate, stick it to like 1 or 2 words, because when you try and translate a massive sentence, a lot of it gets lost in translation, as does quite a lot of languages. I would say start there, but yeah, that's quite a good question actually. I'm going to open that up to the audience, really, because how should he get started in trying to understand the Western culture? That's the question, sir? Yeah.
Yeah. I guess by watching movies. To me, that's how I learned it at first. I told him, like you watch the movies a little bit more with the subtitles, and yeah, so like that.
I would say depending on what movies you watch, because to try and understand Western culture, some will not portray Western culture the right way. Maybe watch documentaries about the Western, or documentaries, because sometimes some movies are a little bit OTT, and to try and understand culture, it may be the wrong message to send. But yeah, just basically, interact with Westerners, really, I suppose. Interact with them.
Yeah. So I want to answer Tommy's question. Well, not question. I mean, like statement. Yeah. I experienced that as well. Like when I was still learning English. Like I tried to approach a foreigner, and for some reason he he looked at me like strange and just shook his head and then walked away. I don't know what happened. Was maybe he couldn't speak English as well, or maybe for some reason, like sometimes, like foreigners get mad at Thai people for speaking little English, or frustrated. Sometimes they get frustrated when Thai people speak little English. But I always tell my students, keep practicing, keep speaking. At least you're 2 steps ahead of them. Like well, you can speak their language, but they can't speak Thai. So you have a little bit English. It's better than them already, right? You like walk 2 steps already. So why care? If you're always afraid of getting things incorrectly, you're not gonna make friends. You're not gonna be able to make friends. So why worry? So
you're exactly right, T. It's like when our friends come round, when we do like the cooking, or they come round for the evening, they've got little English, I've got little Thai, but we get by, and now we've been here 5 years. Originally, when they first come round, because the people that I met first of all here was part of rescue, involved with them, so we gained a lot of Thai friends that way, and obviously, first of all, there's the barrier of you don't really know. But now, like we've known them 5 years, the barriers are broken down. So when they come round, as we do, we feel totally comfortable with each other, and like you say, don't be frightened to make mistakes. And I say something, or I point at something, they point at something, and we're not. There isn't any issues with us getting it wrong on both sides, and which is, again, it just reinforces what you say. It's make mistakes, because that's how things get better, by making mistakes, and none of us are perfect. None of us, apart from my wife, apparently. Just kidding.
Sorry.
But yeah, just make mistakes and don't be frightened to come and talk to Phalangs, and also for Phalangs back to Thais. So my Thai is very limited, but for me, always learn your please and your thank yous. Go a long way. you know, say learn how to wipe correctly, and because that goes a long way. And give yourself time. Try to get your conversation right. And as I say, my Thai's in the 10 years I've lived in Thailand, my Thai should be really good. But Koh Tao, most people speak English there because I took Thai lessons a long time ago, and we was in Chiang Mai, and I came back and I was like in a restaurant, so I'd given my you know, my spiel in Thai, ordering myself you know, khao gai and a beer in Thai, and the person looked at me, just looked over the table and said, "She's Burmese, mate," you know, and my ignorance, you know, and I said, "Oh, sorry," I said, "I've just had some Thai lessons and someone's going to get it," but most people speak English in Koh Tao, so is that an excuse for me? Yeah, most probably it is, but I'm getting old and it goes in one ear and comes out the other. Memory's rubbish, you know, and I just cannot remember things, which is really bad. But you know,
And
I know, you know,
that's one thing, and that's one thing that's good for the Thai people as well. You know, like I appreciate what Lisa, your wife, is doing right now, because she's teaching extra classes for the kids, right?
yeah, it's not so much teaching. They just come up and they, you know, she does arts and crafts with them, some baking, and they just spend an hour with her really, and like they would an auntie or you know
And
a mum.
an hour can make a difference. So I mean, like, let's see, like in 10 years time, that kid's gonna speak English like you know, if not like close to a native speaker, you know.
Yeah, hopefully. I
Yeah, I
mean, you
think.
know, again, it's the same as me with the rescue. It's like Lisa giving back, really. You know, and obviously she doesn't charge for it because we can't work on a visa extension, on a retirement extension. But again, even if we did have a work permit with the local kids, we wouldn't charge anyway. It's not why we're here,
Mm.
you know. You know, stuff like that. But yeah, they enjoy it. Lisa enjoys it, and
Hmm.
it's good to give back. And it is. It's more people should do that.
It's the win-win situation. Win-win.
Yeah,
So the kids get it, and Lisa can feel good as well. So they can receive. They both receive anyway.
yeah,
So Et says, T, it amazed me that Fa can read and speak English beautifully without attending classes. I scratched my head, and admire how she did it. Yeah, me too. Me too. Actually, dear asked me, hey, is she American or something? You know, because she could speak English so well, you know, like Fa. And who is she? And it was, oh, she's a Thai, and she could speak English. I guess by being with a lot of foreigners, you could speak without having to attend the classes, and that can help too. You know, you don't have to learn the grammar, you have to learn everything, but by being with the foreigners can help you a lot. You remember,
yeah,
right? You remember.
yeah. Definitely. I mean, you know, to teach English. I mean, I watched something some time ago. It's about um, getting like children learn a language when they're born. To teach a foreign language to a child, you need to start communicating with them in that language before they're a year old. If you
Hmm.
don't, you're done after they're three, because two, sorry, two. And it's about acquiring a language like a baby does with its parents. So for me, I mean, what I think a thing to do is to say, you know, you go to your friend's house. If there's two of you want to learn a language, go to your friend's house for an hour and they just speak in Thai. Then they come to your house and they just speak in English for an hour. And that's how you do it with a child, before one or after two. And then that way they will pick it up. So as soon as they see you, their brain will automatically flip to English.
Mm. Yeah.
Doesn't work for
Yeah.
me because I'm well over two.
Well, it's okay. It's okay. Rosette Fa recently said that she learned English watching movies and YouTube. Yeah, that helps. Same as Thai. I think if you watch Thai a lot, you eventually uh, get it. how to say things.
Yeah, a lot of that can help, obviously, with the tones if you watch a movie. So you'll hear the word, but you'll hear whether it's an upper or lower tone. Look at me, I sound I'm perfect. I'm not. You know, I don't speak Thai, but for me, if anyone
Can
wanted to learn,
can Lisa speak Thai?
very little,
Very
very little.
little.
We've got by in 10 years. It's most probably, as I said before, I should have learned it. We should have done it, but we all should do a lot of things, but we're comfortable with it. I've not starved in 10 years. So, sorry? Yeah, Lisa just said the kids are starting to teach Lisa Thai now.
Oh, really? See, exchange,
Oh, yeah.
right? Good.
You know, the little boy, he went out the front door after a lesson and his mum was there and she said something to him in Thai. He immediately turned around to Lisa and said, where's my sister's sunglasses? And then Lisa said,
Nice,
you know,
nice.
they're here on the table. He turned around to his mum and in Thai just said back to his mum, they're on the table. And he's how old is he? He's just turned 6.
Mm.
So like that, you know, it's already
Good age to learn languages.
yeah, and it's like now when what Lisa says is when they come to this house, they only speak English.
Good,
Only
good.
English.
Only
And then,
English.
but
Good.
again, the little girl will sometimes, if Lisa says something about whatever, then she will just point at it and say it in Thai. So Lisa's learning a few more bits about it anyway. So again, it's you know it's great, but it's the confidence in the children that they have with Lisa. You know, first of all, it wasn't like that, but now that she's built up a good rapport with them and they're happy, you know, and they're happy, they're going to learn it easier, aren't they? They don't, again, like don't feel embarrassed about getting it wrong. You know.
Really? I don't know that.
Yeah, no, they say they don't feel it. They've got the confidence in making mistakes. Like I said earlier, you know, it's wrong to get it wrong. They understand that you can try, and if you get it wrong, it doesn't matter. You know, right? Yeah, yeah, and like they laugh at Lisa if she gets the wrong tone or something like that. You know, so they're very comfortable with it, and it's great to give back.
Yeah. Having a bad English or a Scottish Irish accent doesn't help with being able to speak Thai. How is that possible? Really? Why is it like with the something has to do with the accent or pronunciation?
Yeah, that's from
Where in England are you from, Tony? London?
about 25 miles outside of London,
Oh.
like a province called Hertfordshire. I was in Hertfordshire most of my life, then Bedfordshire, which is like Hanger or Suratani. It's the same sort of thing. So about 25 miles outside of London. But again, you know, you got your Welsh, your Irish, and your Scottish accents, which I suppose is the same as Northern Thai, Southern Thai. You know, it's the same thing, I think, you know.
Brock's Travels, Nomads having a hillbilly accent. Really? Interesting. I would like to see the people who have these accents to try to learn Thai at the same time.
But again, depends where you come from. Who says what accents?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes, you know, like in the UK, it's sometimes hard to understand people with different.
So in the UK, you guys have what's the hardest accent to understand? Like Liverpool accent? Well, I know Scottish is difficult to understand, but
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much get all of it, really, to be honest. I've, you know, spoke to a lot of different people over millenniums of years, and I get to understand anyway. So, you know, so yeah, I can understand most of the British accents for sure. Yeah, English, Welsh, and then it's up, you know, like you come down, you got Birmingham, Brummies, so you know, like Scousers from Liverpool. and it's all different accents. You just got to stop and open your ears.
Yeah.
A lot of people, when people talk to them, a lot of people they listen to answer. They don't listen to listen. People saying something to you, you just quickly say it and give them an answer. You've got to listen, not listen to answer.
Yeah, like Southern Thai as well. Southern Thai accent is difficult for them to the people who have a Southern Thai accent, difficult for them to speak English, to learn English.
Yeah.
Because Southern Thai they have a different kind of tone. So yeah, but Dear and my family and Dear's family can speak Southern dialect, but for me I can't. I understand, I know the words, but I can't do the accent. So
Same thing then, isn't it? Really, is the UK with a different accent. Same thing. Yeah, your accents from northern to southern Thai, from say a Scottish accent that people speak like this, or
yeah, the
like
Scottish, it's all over the roof. Very difficult, man. Thai people talk to each other at the same time. I don't know how they hear anything. Yeah, sometimes they just have a lot to say to each other. They don't wait. They just kind of. Yeah, I mean, like this is my first. Second. Well, first or second, I'm not sure, but the first one I don't want to call it first because if I didn't plan to have a live stream, but I'll
this
just
is.
call this one the first one, the first proper live stream. But
I would call it first.
yeah, but the next time I'm gonna have topics because today I didn't plan to like talk about particular topic. Just wanna like chat with Tony and maybe bring up some everyday life problems. But anyway, next time I'm gonna have proper topics and maybe some questions if you guys happen to have one, and put in the comment, if you wanna me to talk about this or that, please leave in the comment. But next time I'm gonna have like I said in my last video, that 5 things that I as a Thai don't understand, even a Thai don't understand about Thailand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
but
that's gonna be the next one.
say again.
Oh, I said that's gonna be the next one. The 5 things. Yeah.
I think the channel is a great opportunity for, again, like you said about the Thai Westerner, the bridge between the two cultures, and it will be a great opportunity for Westerners to, like you say, what they don't understand, you can explain it because you've got perfect English, and some things they may not get. So that this is why your channel should get more exposure, because it could be a really, really helpful channel, and it should grow, and it deserves to, mate, because you've got a unique channel with the Thai and the Western, like you put the Thai subtitles up or the Western subtitles up. I think it's a great opportunity.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so because it's difficult. It's very hard to make it good. Well, there's no such thing as good YouTube anyway. But I know that it takes a lot of planning, right? It takes a lot of planning, informations, and all that stuff. Like they always mentions this to me. Loyalty, before you go do YouTube, you have to plan. You have to write down a few things what you're gonna say, like the topics, like the keywords. Sometimes if you go out with the camera, then you don't know what to say. You say all the time. So yeah, it's very difficult.
It is like I say, my channel it's a small channel, but like I said before, I just do it for fun. I put videos out when I've got something to put out. As you know, a lot of YouTubers that are our friends and stuff, they're constantly putting stuff out, and I'm just amazed by the content and how they can put it out all the time. Me, considering I'm retired, I should have plenty of time, but I just my channel's my channel, and you know, and I put out what I can put out when I can, and yeah, but big up to a lot of people that put a lot of content out because I just think it's amazing.
Yeah, me too.
You know.
Because like you, I'm more like you know, because I have a job, I have a lot of responsibility, so it's difficult for me to like catch up. You know, like do the videos every week. Like I said in my first video, you know, I would do at least 2 videos per week, but that's not gonna happen now because things happen. You know, sometimes things happen, and you just can't do it. So
Absolutely.
yeah. So
Absolutely.
if you guys have any questions for me or for Tony before we finish, because I'm gonna keep it like 1 hour first, and then maybe next time I'm gonna do a little bit longer and invite more people to share share their own experience.
Yeah, get a few more people on next time, see, and or whatever,
Yeah,
and say.
I'm really surprised because I thought, man, this is gonna be just you and me talking. But
I think we had about 11 or 12 on at one point. You got 9 on now, so it's good. It's brilliant, and you know, again, hopefully, when this goes out onto your YouTube channel, everybody shares it, gets it
mhm,
out there, and that's for me is like get you over these, you know, 1,000 subscribers and stuff. Because I always the people that help me get over mine, Thailand bloggers, you know, Chuck, um, Joe, Gift and Joe, Teacher Thomas Thailand, which was open mic. They all helped me um, get over that 1,000, and I'll never forget what they done for me. This is why I do it. But I love you. I like your channel anyway, you know, and because I picked you up obviously from when you met the guys on when they were coming down the road shopping in Renon. So I
mhm, mhm.
subscribed there, and so hopefully all these guys put you out there and share it, and we can get you over the 1,000 subscribers. It takes a bit of time, but just keep doing what you're doing. I mean, as I say, my channel's nothing special, but just keep doing it. And the most important thing is just enjoy doing it. Like I've always said with me, if I stop having fun doing it, then I won't do it.
Yeah, I agree because sometimes Dear and I argue as well about the video, making the videos. I always tell Dear, you know, hey, how come you don't help me think about the content? How come you don't help me talk? Because sometimes if I talk by myself, I forget things, you know, like the things I need to mention in the videos. I said, Dear, how come you're not helping me? You
Yeah,
need to what's it called, like pass something on to me so I can talk. You know, at least bring up something while we're walking and talking at the same time. You know. If she doesn't do that, then I probably end up saying the same thing twice. You know, like sometimes T, you say this thing twice already. Well, this is what happens when you're not helping me. You know, sometimes.
yeah. But again, you
Uh,
just together.
yeah. So before we go, Tony, do you have any like the plans for your channel or at least next big trip, something like that?
Well, I'm hoping maybe next month, may possibly towards the end of maybe next month, end of next month. I'm going to go from Hanga to Renon, jump on, come and see you, and then up to Pratchett and maybe who are here. I just see
Mm.
Tommy J asked me a question. What's the most trouble you've got? I just answer the questions, you know,
Which one?
while diving. Tommy J, Tony.
Oh, this one.
Yeah. Not really. I mean, a long time ago when I first started diving with the British Sub Aqua Club, while I was going through my training, which I was one of the quicker ones, but it's a bit different to how you learn to dive now with Paddy. It took me 6 months to get in the water, which I know was quite quick because the training's more comprehensive. And I was on a night dive, still quite a novice diver. I didn't have a torch with me. The other 2 people had torches, and we was in a lake in the UK. Not super deep, but it doesn't have to be super deep. You know, the biggest change of atmospheric pressure is in the first 5 meters. And they both went and left me,
Mm.
and I was in total darkness. Couldn't see your hand in front of your face. That was most probably, for me, the scariest part of my diving, because when you can't see anything,
Mm.
you lose datum, which you don't know whether you're up, down, left, or right, because you've got nothing to fix your eyes on to know where you are. What you're taught is obviously you blow out, and if your bubbles go up past your face, you're upright. If they go down through your legs, you're upside down. And so I couldn't see my computer because that controls your ascent and descent and your bottom time. So I just came up as slowly as I could, got to the surface, the boat come and got me, and then we went to the bar at the end of the dive, and I was well, I won't say it, but I wasn't an happy bunny. And then the guys made fun of me across the table, so I leapt across the table at them, and the rest was history. So that helped me, I suppose, with my diving now, because when I was part of rescue here, we go look for drownings in the lakes and the rivers here for bodies. And as you know, T, in some of the lakes and the rivers in Thailand, it's like gravy. It's just brown, and you cannot see nothing.
Yeah.
So that was my worst experience from diving. There you go.
Yep.
But all good now.
All good now. You retired already, so.
Yeah, 10 years. 11th year, retired. Lucky boy. Yeah, Brock said, never surface faster than you exhale bubbles. Exactly right. If you can't see them, Brock, just got to hold your hand, let the bubbles rise up and make sure.
Is it difficult to dive, Tony? Does it take a long time to learn?
Well, in Thailand, if you go PADI, which is an organisation, you learn to dive in 3 days.
Mm. But you don't need to have a certificate or anything, right?
What, to learn?
Yeah, no, to be a certified diver, or do you need to have a certificate to dive?
I mean, some people do dive without going through the correct training, and I would always recommend people go for a reputable diving agency to learn to dive properly, because it's basic physics. It is Archimedes principle, Boyle's law, Dalton's law, Charles's law, which is all about gas, which the air you breathe in is 79% nitrogen and 21% oxygen. Oxygen, and it's the mix, you see. It's the mix of the two, and if the deeper you go, it compresses. That's why if you come up too fast, the nitrogen comes out of your skin, your blood fast, and that's why you have to do decompression stop. So I would always highly recommend it, and I wouldn't dive with anybody that hadn't gone through the proper training, because there's a lot to learn, but it's easy done. It's broken down really well, and there's a lot to learn. And you plan your dive and dive. You plan your dive and dive your plan. When I learned to dive, there was no computers then. You all had to do it on tables, and you just had a bottom timer to find out how long you could stay at the bottom for certain depths. It's a lot easier now with dive computers. Takes a lot of trouble.
It sounds scary though. It sounds scary to me, you know.
It's really good. It can be expensive. It's reasonable anyway, and it's a great thing, because then if you learn to dive when you go on holiday, your holidays take on a whole new meaning. It's like, well, we've got to go somewhere where I can dive. Before I came to Thailand, I dived in Thailand in 99, 2000. Dived a lot of places. I've dived the cenotes in Mexico, like the underground cave systems, or places. Some I can't remember really. So yeah, good fun. It's good fun.
Okay, guys. If you have any more questions, so I guess I'm gonna have to finish the live stream, my first one, and the next one, like I said, the next one is gonna be about a couple of things that I don't understand as a Thai about my own culture and country. So yeah. So 5 things. I'm gonna have to list it properly and tell you guys I don't understand and never will understand. the things we do, the way we think sometimes. So if you want to know what they are, please come and join us next time. Next time I can open for everybody to join me on the talk. So if you have free time, you can come up. Let's see what Brock says. Snorkeling is good, but diving, I'm not sure. For me, it sounds scary. Okay, Tony, do you have any last few words before we finish?
No, just thanks for inviting me on your live stream. It's really good. Thanks to everyone that turned up, and for everybody, please share this video so we can get to each other out there. But it's great, mate. Really enjoyed it.
So this time we don't have to tilt our heads anymore.
Fun.
It's funny, man.
When
It's funny.
Like the chat was on its side, and
I don't know how that works with the mobile phone. It just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we didn't think
yeah. Okay, guys. I hope to see you guys in the next video, and thank you, Tony, for sacrificing his time for my first live stream to save my life. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys in the next live stream.
Cheers, mate.